Here she comes, walking down the street.
Morning, Mark.
All well?
Yes, thanks.
Good.
Got up in a cheery mood.
Did you ever always like them?
I did. Mind you, I'm always fairly cheery, aren't I?
No. What are you on about? No, you're not. First thing in the morning, not too bad. But then, well, three of us, if you include Oscar, start to get at you and niggle you a little bit.
That's because you sit there and don't do anything. I did that yesterday. I had a day off. I didn't do a lot.
I've not had one moment where I've sat there doing nothing.
No, but you have moaned a lot.
I don't think so.
Well, you see, the point being is, this is a typical you and me situation. Whereas I take everything on the chin that you say that I probably am a bit moody and I probably do give everybody a hard time. You just sit there denying it. That's what's wrong with the world. You don't take blame. Go on, get on with it.
I could get some support in later for another episode.
Oh, I'm sure you'll need support, dear. I'm sure you'll need one more person to take your side. Come on.
Right, episode 91, Monday, the 22nd of June, 2020. Well done, Barry Royden. He almost went to a 3-day rollover on the music, but he got I Kissed a Girl by Katy Perry. The link was to Girls Aloud. So brilliant. Really pleased for that. I didn't think it was the hardest one, to be honest, that we've had. I've been really impressed with everybody getting them. But yeah, Barry got that one. And he has gone back into the lead with 12.5 to Tony Fulbrook's 12, Steve Fury 10.5, Angie Crush. Well, for 20 episodes, Angie hasn't scored now. So she's a bit too busy, I think, getting her priorities correct, probably. Right, okay. Today's music. So we want the link to Katy Perry, I Kissed a Girl, and we want the artist and the song. And I'm sorry, it doesn't always pick up the music on here, so apologies in advance if it doesn't. I will post separately if it's a bit inadequate. Okay.
It's very faint.
Very faint.
Mm.
Yeah. We shall see. Doesn't matter if it's faint, if you can hear it a little bit, 'cause it's all part of the challenge, I suppose. Right, some good feedback. Remember, oh my God.
Can't control those. It's surprising the house is still standing when I start sneezing. I'm sorry.
Sorry, I can't see you got all this gunk in front on your screen. Can you clear it?
It hasn't gone, and I sneezed in my hand.
Oh, okay, right.
You're not even remotely funny.
Okay, right. We got a split on some of the what you believe in. Graham Saker, utter tosh. Loch Ness monster, aliens and ghosts. Definitely not. He thinks there might be some hope on afterlife, and Steve Fury seems to agree with him. I think that's right. I think that's what he was saying.
You see, you have to live in hope, don't you?
Yeah. Angie Crush, lasagna, coleslaw and salad as your last meal sounds really nice. That was Death Row meal. I'm a bit worried about it 2 nights in a row.
Hubert thinks that... yeah, but you're dead. Hubert thinks I'm on death row. I'm not. I mean, it was a hypothetical question.
Well, if you were on death row, you'd have to be in another country, another state. What do you think you might be on death row for?
Probably murder. There's one person I can think of that I could murder at times.
Grazia, no surprise here. Her death row meal would be pizza, but with thin dough. Yeah, I don't think it's worth being that fussy at that stage, is it really? But
well, no, yeah, but if you want your last meal, you want it to be just right, don't you? You don't want it being messed around.
Yeah.
And the only reason you've had lasagna two days in a row is because I made a big lasagna. Next time I'll make you a small one.
Mm. She also liked carrots when she was little, very healthy.
Yeah.
It was good. And her mum and dad believe in afterlife, being Catholic. So, yeah, it does. I think it's good in a way to keep your mind open to that.
We're not knocking anyone's beliefs. It's actually you asked me what I believe, so that was just me. And let's be honest, like let's all calm down. You don't have to come have a fight with me because you disagree with what I'm saying. It's just what I believe, and if you believe something different, that's fine.
How tolerant, how lovely. But if you arrived at the gates of heaven and you were met by St. Peter,
I'm not going to be there, but go on.
And he said, "What are you doing here? What have you come to the right place? Why should I let you in?" What would you say?
I don't know whether I'm in the right place or not. I don't know why you should let me in.
No, you'd probably be lost, to be honest. Yeah.
Why are you asking me so many questions?
You wouldn't
Do you
have
know
found
my
ahead.
husband? I'd say.
You
No,
wouldn't
let me finish. I'd say, do you know my husband? Is that why you're asking so many questions? Is he in there? Because I'll go down below. Oh dear.
Anyway, the only thing I thought about the afterlife is you do get instances where people think they've been somewhere before.
It's called deja vu.
Well, that as well, but some people seem to have vivid images of being involved in some historic event or something like that where before they were born, and that's just
like the Battle of Hastings or something.
yeah, something like that. Yeah. Hubert wanted to know why you're having your last meal. I think he only joined late on in the video cast. He missed Angie's bit, but you're only having your last meal in hypothetically, weren't you?
Yeah, I'm not on death row. Yeah, well, it does feel like a sentence, but it's not a death sentence.
He went with no Loch Ness monster, no ghosts, no afterlife, but yes to aliens. There will be life on other planets.
Well, I suppose he makes the point that we haven't discovered so much of the universe. I'm not so convinced with that now, because we've got all these space things up there, and I did look up, and they have a fantastic picture of like the universe and with all the planets and everything else, and it doesn't look too encouraging. There's lots of hot spots and everything else, so I don't know is the answer to that one. But I think if there was life in a different planet, I think with how we go about it, I think we would have discovered some signs by now.
So no, when you think it's infinite, it's infinite. It's how.
Well, yeah.
When you just stop and think, you look up in the sky and you think that's infinite. You know what infinite means, don't you?
Never ending.
Yeah, not finite. Yeah.
Yeah. Can we put a pause, please?
Oh right. Okay. Got that. Better for that.
Much better, thank you.
I couldn't persuade Nicole came down, and I said, "Go and sit in your mum's seat and come on screen." She says, "No, I haven't put my lippy on."
She doesn't wear lipstick.
You can see who she agreed with, I tell you.
She's not going to agree with you. Come on. Or maybe she will, actually. She does sort of
agrees with me. Yeah.
Yeah, she does. She does, absolutely. I think she feels sorry for you.
Oh. Anyway, I'm not sure where we got to, but Hubert would be okay going to all the outdoor events, but not the indoor events. We were talking about where our mind is on lockdown.
I suppose because we've got a kitchen where we have the table, the dining table, and I can open the doors. I feel as if it's outside anyway, so I wouldn't be too bothered about that. But I suppose if you were sort of like in a small dining room, or indoors, like in the middle of the house or something like that, yes, you would probably feel a bit exposed, wouldn't you?
Yeah. And finally, on the feedback, Andy Poppleton loves your lasagna. He's actually tried it when we had a meeting here, didn't we? for club development. He came to that, and but he would add a starter of moule marinade.
Yeah, well, okie dokie. I do love them, but I mean, at the end of the day, I don't want a too full of stomach if I'm going to be executed. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, it wouldn't really matter if they disagree with you, though, would it? Right. We got.
Such a cheerful Charlie, aren't you?
I've got a couple of episodes lined up now. I feel a little bit happy. I have been struggling for subjects, but here we go. This is lockdown habits. I want to know whether you've done more, less, or the same of these, do you think, in the last 3 months of lockdown? So, for example, and you'll see if you agree with me, I've written down mine. Have you done more or less exercise? Or the same? Or the same?
Same, no, about the same.
Okay. I think I've done fractionally more.
Okay.
Because I've been in the gym every single day. No, it doesn't show particularly since the 14th of March. So there you go. You don't have to say anything.
Yeah, I'm not saying anything. My lips are sealed.
More or less food?
I've definitely eaten less.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I think it's about the same. Have you spent more or less money?
Probably the same.
Yeah. Oh, mine's definitely less. Except when I ordered a new printer for just short of 300 quid. Ordered it. It was on its way. Then I realised the other one wasn't actually working because I was probably just trying to get it to print on a wrong size bit of paper, and that was it really. So I've got 2 printers now, I think, that will work quite adequately. But other than that, fuel consumption, I haven't put any fuel in all that time.
Well, no, but don't forget, I'm the one who's been running around. I've been doing the shopping. Yeah. I've been picking up prescriptions. I've been dropping off things for people. So I've probably done about the same. Yeah.
Have you laughed more or less?
Probably more, actually. I think I've laughed more. I mean, it's been quite easy going, and
No, so you laughed more. I reckon the same. Have you slept more or less?
I think probably less.
I think I put more because I've slept better, not because I've been in bed longer, but just better.
I mean, I've when we go to bed at 11:30, etc., I was sort of waking up at 6:30. 5 o'clock this morning I woke up, and then I made myself go back to sleep because I felt tired. So I mean, but I think it's definitely less because normally I'd be waking up at 7 o'clock, not carrying on as normal. But yeah. I think definitely in this lock-up, I seem to be sort of like waking up earlier.
Have you been more or less stressed?
Definitely more stressed.
Oh, I've got less. Hey.
No, it's definitely been less stress because you're not dealing with other people. You're just dealing with us here, aren't we? So the gardeners come, they get on. But, we're not out there at the same time, or if we are, we're in one part of the garden, they're in another. So it is less stress. It's less things to think about, and I mean, I suppose the only little bit of stress that I've had is people, from my group emailing saying, when am I going to start training? Well, the answer to that is you can't all the time. You haven't got toilets because 9 and 10-year-olds are bound to want to go to toilet, and where do I allow them to go to toilet? I mean, until the centre's open, it's just not going to happen for my age group.
Have you washed more or less, or the same?
Same.
Yeah, we've got the same. Have you cooked better or worse?
Sorry?
Have you cooked better or worse?
I think I'm improving better because I'm doing more cooking and I'm trying more things, and I feel that that's improving my cooking skills. for whatever reason. Whether the dishes taste different, I don't know.
I put the same for me.
Yeah, it would do. Just sit on the settee and say, dinner!
Have you argued more or less?
Probably less, haven't we?
No, I wasn't talking about with me necessarily.
I think I've probably had more heated discussions with Nicole, but I don't think they're any more than I normally have. So
I've put less. Have you been annoyed more or less?
less, definitely less. I've only got you to put up with, and I know what you're like.
I put less. Yeah. Have you read more or less?
I have actually read quite a few things. I'm mainly on my iPad, where I pick up articles, etc. But I've been sort of like keeping abreast of what's been happening in different countries and how they're dealing with various different things, and wondering whether we can apply them over here, etc. I'm sort of really concerned. Like China seems to keep having outbreaks, etc. Germany's got one now, and they seem to like things like meat and markets. So this virus is it starting in damp conditions, places where it's difficult to keep social distancing and things like that. So it sort of like brings home the things that the government have done, even though people don't agree with them and they think they've taken away their civil liberties, etc., etc. It just highlights to me that they have taken this seriously, because the other alternative is that you ignore it and you carry on as normal.
I only asked if you've read more or less. I wasn't asking for a full lowdown on the virus.
Well, that's the reason I've read more, because I'm concerned about what's happening. So in a sense, that's the reason.
More as well. Have you talked more or less?
Less, because I've got no one to talk to who listens to me.
I've put more. Think I've talked more to people?
You're always on the phone to somebody or other.
What about drinking? Drinking more or less alcohol?
None. No difference.
I'm the same. I'm not the same in none, but I'm still. I've had my weekend. What did I have? 3 beers and 2 glasses of wine across the 3 days. That's me for the week. That's it.
I'm on my 30th month of not drinking.
Yeah, well done. Enjoying that? Vodka?
Alcohol. This is just water.
It's a vodka. Are you tidier or messier?
Probably the same. I don't know.
Yeah, I put the same. More TV or less?
Probably a little bit more, I would say, on the TV front.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. The ones I picked out, I reckon I've definitely spent less stress, less annoyed with people, and I've watched more TV. They're the 4 that I picked out. There you go. Very good. A little look into your life there.
It's not very interesting, is it?
No, but yeah, I don't think it'll get much more interest. Is your life more interesting or not since lockdown?
I think people are more friendly towards other people, certainly ones I've met. So interesting is not really a word I would use.
No, you just did. Sorry, that's why I asked it. Okay. All right then. Cheerio.
Bye.
See ya tomorrow or later. Bye.